Welcome to Inside the Artist's Mind with your hosts, Jay Harmon and Sally Barnard. Jay and Sally have always wondered what the inspiration is that drives others to create and express their art. Inside the Artist's Mind, we'll dive into the mind of the artist and teach us more than we ever knew. Enjoy the show.
Hi, and welcome to Inside the Artist's Mind. My name is Jay Harmon, and this is Sally Barnard.
Hi, Jay. Nice to be back on the show.
Yeah, great to have you. And we are here to look inside the minds of artists and what goes through their mind. How do they create? Where does that creative spark come from? And how do they create their work? And what is a finished product? And how does it get from here to there? And that's what our show is about. And we would like very much, if you are a creative person, you're an artist, for you to be on our show. And our number here is 1-888-994-4995. And please call us, and we would love to talk to you, and we'd love to have you on our show to see how you create and see what you do.
Can I just elaborate a little bit
sure
when
can.
you just said about artists, because it incorporates, which we have talked about, so many different professions, and anybody that's listening, if you cook or anything that you feel that would be, call yourself an artist, so to speak, because everybody out there has some gift.
Right. Any creative person I consider an artist. If you are visually art, or you do music, if you're a singer, if you create anything. I mean, we've had people, and we will be having people who make food, and they make whatever they make that is creative. If it comes as a creative talent, that's what we want to talk to you about.
I guess everything really is an art, isn't it?
There is.
If you think about it.
Mostly it comes, somebody had an idea for something. And that's what we want to know, how that,
it's an art to them, and it's
how we
art,
got that.
Absolutely.
So, so I want to, the first thing on here today, I just created a new picture, and I wanted to present that today. Nobody has seen this before. This is the latest picture in my Art Nouveau series. And this is, obviously, it's a horse. And so I will be putting this on my website. And I have a website now that is coloredpencilsartist.com. And you can go there and you can see my artwork on there. Sally also has a website that she will be talking about later. And what you can do is go there, and all of my work is available, either the original art or prints of the art, or you can also have things like T-shirts, coasters, anything like that you would like to have with my artwork on it. I would be more than happy for you to come and visit my website. Okay, so that said, without further ado, what I would like to do is to present our special guest today, and she is a very creative person, and this is Miss Sheena Skelton.
Hi.
And she has her company DesignUrCrowns, and she's here to talk to us a little bit about what she does and how she creates her work.
And just to introduce you myself too, because we've just met. You
Yes.
are absolutely amazing at what you
Thank
do.
you.
And I have to let you know, and you'll be talking about your products. The smell is, people don't know what I'm talking about right now, but the smell is fabulous. So that hopefully is an intro for you to start. We have a lot in common.
Well, thank you guys so much. So, what do? I kind of tell you all the time, like everybody. It's easier to ask me what I don't do than what I do. I am a custom gift shop. I make custom gifts for anyone. I have a skincare line. as you were just talking about, all natural, vegan as well, so it can actually goes with your skin. I also make custom gifts from trays, tumblers, mouse pads, coasters. Oh my gosh, the list can go on and on. T-shirts. I can go on and on.
Oh, that's
I make a lot of things. So
that's
yeah.
wonderful. Now, how did this all begin for you? How did this get started in your creative process?
So, to be honest with you, I have been doing this like in my brain all my life. All my life. I want to say I started when I was little decorating Christmas trees. That's where my art first came from, and I'm like, oh, I want to put these pieces together. I want to put this color together. I want to do this. And I'm at 14. I was like, Mom, I want a job. But I want a job making bracelets. I don't want a regular job. And Spiff's in St. Pete was one of the things that came out, and they had a job opening, and I'm like, I want it. I want it.
Yeah.
So I ended up going on, I'm doing a job making bracelets. And I'm like, no, I can do more than this. I want to make this. And I saw this lady making pottery. And I was like, I want to make pottery. And she's like, you can't make pottery. I'm like, yes, I can. I want to make pottery. I want to make pottery. And then when I got into high school, it was a 3D class. And I'm like, art class. And I'm like, I want to go. I want to be in this class. And got in the class. I kind of missed a couple other classes because I stayed in that class. But no, I got in this class and I'm like, no, I want to do art. I want to create. I want to do things. And then it came around with people, birthdays, holidays. And I'm like, I don't want to buy them a regular gift that everybody on the planet have. I don't want to buy them just a regular Walmart or JCPenney's or something gift. I want to create them a gift. So I started making people gifts.
Oh, that's great.
I introduced you. I believe
Yes.
I said amazing.
Yes.
I'm going to say it again. Amazing. Okay, now they know why.
So I started creating. I started picking people's brain. Like, what do you want? What do you really want for yourself? And I started with their colors. I love colors. So I'm like, what's your favorite color? And they'll tell me, and I was like, what do you like? So they'll tell me, I like a rose, or I like flamingos or something. And I'm like, okay. And I just start putting it all together. So I pick their brain, honestly, and I create the perfect gift.
That's wonderful.
So, yeah.
That's wonderful. You can do that. Now, how creative is that? I mean, that
It's
you know,
incredible.
she's just
Yes.
you know,
mean,
she
when I
just
walked into the cafe this morning and I see a display of all this table, I thought, well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Then I hear you talking,
Yeah.
and I realized it belonged to you.
Yes.
Beautiful.
I
yes.
know,
And then we
I know.
became friendly, and we have a lot in common,
Lots.
right? Yes.
Yes. So anyway, tell us a little bit about your business now, where you're located, what you do.
So I, wow, crazy. I have a long history with my business. So I had a retail store that I closed down because I am one person that makes everything. I wish I would have met this show when I had my store. I promise now my heart is broken again. But no, after my store closed down, a lady named Renee Edwards told me about a new adventure, and I was like, I'm on board, let's go. And I'm located in St. Pete. I work in Tampa, and the store that we have, Everyday Shops, is in Brandon. So one day she came to me and told me, you know, it's a casting call. I want you to show your products of what you can do. I see you out here at the tents all the time with us on Saturdays, first Saturdays. So I want to see what you can do. And I brought it, and she was like, yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah.
So
Can I bring this back a little bit more
Yeah.
to how this started with you?
Yes.
Because our show is in the mind of an
Yes.
artist,
Right,
right?
right. We wanna
So
know.
We're really intrigued. I mean, you say from an early age that you
Yes.
started to do this. Was it your imagination that got you? Or was it your drive, even as a child, maybe to get your products? You must have known somewhere that you were able to do this.
I think I want to say imagination.
Right.
My brain doesn't stop. It doesn't sleep. It doesn't stop. It doesn't. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. I wanted to say imagination.
Don't be sorry.
No, you're a creative
Right.
person, and that's what creative people do.
So I think we started with imagination, but then I'm a people person.
Right.
So I like to talk to others, and I like to say, hey, you know what you think about this? Or where were you when you thought of this? Or what made you feel good? And I really, really was like, inspired. I was inspired.
And this is from an early
yes,
age, right?
I was
Yeah.
inspired. And again, I was made to feel weird, so I got quiet and was like, okay, I won't do it. I just do it on the back end. And I'm just like, one of my cousins was like, girl, that's just who you are. You just gonna create. That's you. And I'm like, you know what? That is me. So I promised myself, I'm like, I'm not gonna lose myself. That's me. This is what I do. I love this.
It's called passion.
Yes.
I love that
Passion.
word,
So-
passion, right?
Yes. So I'm like, okay. Of course, life happens. I have 2 beautiful boys who are grown, and I took care of them, learned a lot of things going away that made my business even better than what it is now because of them, and they became my muse. And I'm like, you know what? Mama's going to leave y'all something. But I'm going to leave y'all, I'm not going to leave y'all a house. I'm going to leave y'all something better. I'm going to leave you a dream.
But what I
So-
loved about you, when you talked about your, you know, the lotions
Yes.
and the perfumes, I'm allergic. And then you brought up, you know, that you don't, I have nothing. I sprayed what, I went to your table and I sprayed something. I usually come up in a rash.
Nope.
Absolutely nothing.
Nope,
So
all
where did that
natural.
inspiration come from that you were able to do this?
So my son was born with a liver disease called glycogen storage disease. I have sensitive skin as well. My oldest have sensitive skin. But when he was born, I just went into this place of how can I make my son be this protective mom, came protective mom, and was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a bubble. I'm gonna make a bubble around him. How can I do that? So I started with his skin. I started learning different things about your skin. I started learning different things about what we eat and everything else. Now I played more into the skin part than what we eat. I started doing that later on in my life, but the skin was important to me. It was important. And it was like, this is how we heal. This is how we move. Like everything about us is part of our skin. So he would get blotches really super bad. When he got to the age of using deodorant, his skin was so raw. It just, a lot of stuff happened. And then doctors wanted to prescribe him steroids all the time. And I'm
Right.
like, no, we're not doing that. So I went to school and took medical.
Oh, really?
You really
Yeah.
are to be congratulated.
I took medical. My boys watched me walk across the stage, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna turn this into a product, and I did. And it was my best friend was like, you need to put it out. You need to sell it. You need to sell this product. It works.
Uh-huh.
Here you are today with all these beautiful products.
Yes.
Amazing. That's great.
That is really great. I love, you know, the whole background here.
Yeah.
And the products that you have today, looks like there is a whole vast array of different
and
different
this is-
things that you have.
This
I
is
wish
not
we
even
could
it.
smell this
Yes.
on television.
Yeah, if we had smell-o-vision, that would be great. You know?
Scratches.
Oh my gosh! Because I just it's I can't get enough of this. It's smelling so good.
No, it's really great. I really enjoy this. Again, I'm human. I have my days. So, oh, is this what I'm doing? Is
So
it
what do
okay?
your
Do
son?
people
I'm
love
interested
it?
to see what your sons say about this.
Oh, they love it.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
love it. They don't have to go to the store.
Yeah.
Because
Had-
we always tend to think, you know, it's women that use these products, but
But no, I
use
make
them
men
as much
products
as a
too.
woman.
Yeah, no, my sons love it. It was one of those things, and I do anything like if you're in pain and you just need to soak your body. I make bath soaks.
Yeah.
Some with melatonin, some with magnesium. So I do different little things. So again,
Yeah.
it was one of those things that I had to like get into because I'm like, okay, my sons probably play sports. What did this? If my sons do it,
And
then
you make
somebody
this
else.
all yourself?
Yeah.
In your home?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. And,
Wow.
and she had a motivation to do it.
Yes, that's what
and
intrigues
you know,
me,
and
yeah.
Yes.
isn't that something? I mean, you know, you
Yeah.
have a
From an
motivation
early age.
and
Yeah.
you're a creative
Right,
person and you
right.
put that together and what do you
Yes.
do?
Yes.
You know, I think
Right.
that's really
That's why
wonderful.
this show, in the mind of an artist, it's so intriguing,
I
isn't
know,
it? To hear
I know,
all these
because we
different
meet so
personalities.
many
Yeah.
very creative people, and the
Yeah.
things that they can do is just
And we
it's
don't
just
normally
wonderful.
talk about these
Yeah.
things, but it's so interesting to find out where that person is a person, and we're finding out where and what got them started into
Right,
doing whatever.
right, and
they're
what did they
doing.
do? And
Yeah,
you know,
it's incredible,
and
yeah.
that's great. And
You're
has
perfect guest for this.
and has your son used the product for?
Yes, he's been using it forever. Yeah.
And how does it work?
Great.
And it has nothing, no side effects
No,
at
their
all?
skin is amazing.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, I have my oldest son is 24. I call him my diva. Because he thinks his skin is unbreakable. And it's like I did a magic wand. Was like, bing.
With your products, it is.
And he's like, Mom, everybody asks me, about my skin. I'm like, great. That's why people think I'm your sister. So
I know. Nobody would think that you have sons that are, what? How old are your sons?
24 and 21.
Yeah, who would think?
You're using your products.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, there's advertisement right there. Look at her. I mean,
I live by my product.
Yeah.
Even my best friend, one is in high school and one is little. And the little one tell her, Mom, your skin's so soft. Your skin's so soft. And she used my product. She was like, it's your godmommy's products.
Were you born in Florida?
Yes. Born in Florida. I traveled. Of course, my job at the time, I was 20 years of property management. So I did all that. And I came back to Florida because of my mom and my dad. And So while I was here and before my mom passed, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to be here with my dad, It's like I might as well make sure all my stuff is out. So it's been hard to come back to Florida because I was in North Carolina and I love North Carolina.
That's where my son just moved to North Carolina.
So you had all the 4 seasons. So now, but it's like, it's nice because it's like you come back and then my support system here and meeting you guys. I would never met you guys.
We have
if I wouldn't-
sunshine and
Yes.
rain.
But I love both. I'm a nature person. So
Yeah.
I think to be grounded with the earth, that's me.
I agree with you.
I'm that is just me. I don't care where I'm at. I have to feel like it's earth and nature around me, and that's another reason why I get my inspiration from because it's always
You're
changing.
certainly getting it from somewhere.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
that's
do.
for
I
sure.
do.
It's really, it's really showing. And the name of your company is Design Your Crowns.
Crowns.
Now, how did you develop that?
Funny story. Okay, so my first name when I first came out was right after my mom. I changed the name. It was right after my mom died. So it was naturally Cerise. It had my mother-in-law at the time name and my mom's name together. Because if I had a daughter at the time, my daughter was named be Cerise. So that was the first name. And I was like, it's not giving what I needed to give. So I went to my best friend. I said, Bestie, she's a teacher. And I was like, I didn't think of a name. I said, but I gave her ideas. I'm like, I'm going to piggyback off somebody else now. And I was like, I wanted design. I wanted crowns. I want to feel like somebody's wearing their crown on their head. And every time they buy something from me, they feel good about it. And I just design it for them. And she was like, Design Your Crowns. And I'm like, oh.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So at first people was like, I'm confused. I'm confused with the name. And I was like, well, when you design something for yourself, don't you want to feel good about it?
Yeah.
I love it.
Don't you want to feel like you're royal and you have a crown on your head?
Yeah.
Looking around like a queen, right?
So design your crowns. Yeah.
Very, very unusual and very, very clever. Right.
Very nice. So, the other products that you have besides the fragrances, you have what over here?
So I make tumbler coasters, mouse pads, trays, soap trays, ashtrays.
I love the candle, the holders.
Yes,
They're beautiful.
I make all of this. Personalize any desk. At work, at home, work, anywhere. So it doesn't matter where setting you want to be. I can customize something for your setting, whatever setting. If you want it home, I can make something from home. If you want it for work, I make something
Do
for
you
work.
ever go into people's houses? Or I'm just thinking
I
that
have.
yes, I felt that you had.
Yes, yes,
and you
I
see
have.
Maybe that you can see something right
Yes.
away. I absolutely felt that. Right.
I have.
Yes, yes.
No,
It's
I have.
interesting.
This is a piece that I bring around with me just to kind of show off a little bit. So this lady came in my store one day. And she's like, something just kept drawing me to this store. And I was like, good. I was like, positive vibes. And she was like, no, it's you. And I was like, really? She was like, I'm gonna pick your brain. I have this thing in my house. And she just started telling me about her house. And I just thought about it, and I was like, I'm gonna make it. I'll make it. I said, come back to me in 3 days. 3 days. I said, give me 3 days. And I made this little table for her, and she was like, this is perfect. This is perfect.
Yeah.
She's like, this is exactly what I was thinking. I was like, you're welcome.
Yeah. Well,
The inspiration.
you know,
from
you're
the energy
very
from in the
intuitive,
house.
which
Yes.
is you know, which is a good thing,
Yeah.
which is a great thing to
Yes,
have.
absolutely.
And,
Absolutely.
And that, again, and me and you already experienced it
we
a couple
already
times.
talked about that. Yeah.
But no, I really like that. I mean, that's who I am. I'm a giver. So I love to give, and I love to make sure people are happy when I'm giving. It makes me sad.
Makes you, yeah,
Yeah,
it's a feeling that if you get it, you know what
I'm
we're
just
talking
like,
about, right?
I did what I
Right,
did. I know
right.
I made this person happy, and I made a
Right.
memory.
It's a great,
So,
I was
yeah.
just going to say
I made
a
a memory.
memory.
That's right.
That will stay with you.
Yeah.
Always.
I think that a lot of creative people, that's what they do is to, when they create, they don't just create it for themselves.
No.
You know, they create it to share. And if it makes somebody feel good, all the better, you know.
And I'll even go further because anybody now that looks at that will get that energy,
Yes,
right?
and that's
We've
what
been
I-
talking about.
It's us in this world. I would say this world today. You go through so much ins and outs,
Right.
and then me personally, I don't react the same as other people do when it comes to like sad things. Like I can get sad, but then I'm like over it in 2.5 seconds because I'm like, but I found the light at the end of the tunnel of it. Like, okay, but I have this core memory of it. And so I always want to have somebody reminded of their core memory. Like, I know you might be sad right now, but you're going to have a memory in
A
just
negative
few
into a
Yes.
positive, right?
So you're going to have this memory. And it's so crazy because I thought I was just like I didn't fit in because of that. And I'm like, no, I just want everybody to be happy. Why everybody just can't be happy? Like, why? And then it was like, well, Sheena, you're not always happy. And I'm like, yeah, but my best friend, I go to my best friend. I was like, hey, this is what's going on. I go to my boyfriend, or I go to my dad and be like, okay, this is my problem. They be like, girl, you got it. And I'm reminding them like, you're right.
Yeah, you know, it's like, you know, what I think. I always think of this whenever things happen, bad things happen to everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you're going to be immune to having anything bad happen
Correct.
to you. You know, it's going to happen. But this too shall pass.
It will.
And you will get to the next, you know, to the next level. And then, you know, and that's where you strive
It's
to
how
be.
we feel is contagious. That's
Yes.
Yeah.
And then,
Yes.
and again, based off of this too shall pass. I
I
mean,
was just going to say that.
with
Well,
that
actually, I
part
was just
and
gonna-
that self, and it will pass.
It will.
And then somebody probably is meant to be in your life that's going to come to you to tell you
I'm
that.
curious, when you got these, I'm going to say imagination, because everything I believe starts with
Yeah,
an imagination.
definitely.
Yeah.
And you were young. Was there anything that you can remember when this happened that your imagination took you into something like this? Or did it just a light bulb went off? Difficult question.
No, it's not. I mean, to be honest with you, Michael Jackson.
Okay, there
Michael
you go.
Jackson, there you
Yeah,
go. That's a good inspiration.
So that was, I felt, I wanted to
No,
ask
no,
you
no,
that, but I
no.
wasn't sure.
I'm gonna be honest. Michael
Okay,
Jackson.
okay. That's what this show is.
I never knew, and you'll probably relate to this. I never knew anybody that believes in signs or anything else, like that. A person who thinks like you, you like, oh, I know how that person feels. I know, I want that. And watching him when I was little, I felt like I was tapped in his mind.
Yes.
Oh,
like
really?
I
Yeah.
knew, like this is it. I remember the first time ever watching a video Thriller.
Oh,
First time ever in life. And I was like, I love these colors. I love this. I love that. I love this. And I started picking out stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's what I want. I want to make something.
Isn't that crazy that I should even ask you that question?
So it
Right,
was that.
Yes,
And
crazy.
music does that to me. Art does that to me because I already thought about something I'm going to make after your picture.
Oh, really?
So,
Glad you
and
said no.
I picked it apart already. Seriously, I already dissected it.
The
Oh.
horse
yes.
you're sharing that you love horses.
Yeah, I
that
love
you
horses. I love horseback
Yeah.
riding.
Right.
I dissected your picture already,
Right.
so I already
All
know
right.
what I want to do.
well,
So-
glad to help,
Right
you know.
place at the right
Yes.
time, right?
So it's like one of those things, and it's hard to explain to someone that doesn't have that
Right.
mind frame, because then they be like, what? And I'm like, no, that's what I do. You can sit here and talk to me, and I'm already dissecting your conversation.
You're already in the next
I'm already
next level,
creating
right?
it. And I'm a very visual person.
I was just going to say, and I
Yeah.
see it.
Yes.
And then you
Yeah.
said visual.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
I'm a very
yeah.
visual
Yeah,
person.
absolutely.
So you explaining stuff to me, I'm already painting the picture in my mind and
Right,
making it.
right,
So now I'm like, okay, I made it in my mind. Now let me put it down.
Oh, I'm so happy you've been
Yes.
on desk today. That's amazing.
I know.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
great that, you know, see, this is how creativity works. You have an idea, and you formulate that idea, and then you finally put it down into the finished product that you're going to create. And that's creativity. That's really how it works.
And I would tell people, I don't care. I am, and I'm not shy at this whatsoever. I'm 42 years old, about to be 43 next month. I will tell anybody, don't stop thinking about it. Don't stop creating. I don't care how old you are. Create, because somebody's going to love it. Someone is going to be like, you know what? I saw that somewhere. You know, it could be a dream. It could be something. It's going to come back.
You and I have to
Yes.
talk after the show
Yeah.
because this is what I'm going out
That-
talking
right,
about.
right.
Age. That age is a number.
It's a number.
And
Yeah.
you brought this up too because I'm a lot older than you.
Yeah,
and
it's
I
a
started
number.
a whole new career myself about 15
Yeah.
years ago. So
If you love
motivation,
it.
you're getting such
Yes.
Oh yeah,
motivation right now.
you're you know,
what you did and what you do is amazing.
you're young.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, yeah,
and you know, we were just discussing this today,
Right.
that age is just a number.
just a number.
And
At
that
any age you can do this.
because both of us kind of got a late start in life with
It's
doing
never
what we
late.
do.
It's never late.
You know, but it's not late
Yeah.
because
Better
we're
late
still
than
going.
never. I mean,
Well,
Well, it's not. Well, I'll put it like this: it's never late. It's,
never-
your
it's
path.
It's where you're meant
Yeah.
to be.
it's
when
what
you're
you
there.
are, where you're meant to
Yeah.
be, when you're meant to
Absolutely.
be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
And that's what I believe in now. Like a lot of people be like, "Oh, she started late," or this, and I watch younger people. No, I didn't start late. I started when I was supposed
when you're
to.
timing.
That's
Yeah.
it.
It's
The
when
timing.
you get that inspiration, and then everything will fall into place. as
will,
you
and it
know.
has.
There is no way.
Yes.
I believe that it won't.
Yes,
Because
it
you're
has.
doing
It
your
has to.
passion,
Yes.
which is
It-
very,
it
very
has to.
important.
You're
and you're a very
following-
good example. She's a very good example
Right.
of that.
It
So,
has. Even on my tough days, I pray and I be like, "Okay, God,
Beautiful.
what do you want me to do? All right, this is hard right now. All right, this is going on." But at the same time, take a breath and be like, "You know what? I'm supposed to be here.
Exactly.
I'm supposed to do this."
Yeah.
And that's why when I got invited today, I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to be here. I'm going."
Oh, well, that's great. Well, we were so glad to have you here
you.
today.
Thank you.
We've learned so much, and we think that everything that you do is really great and
Amazing.
inspirational.
Amazing.
Amazing. That's a good
I
word.
love this word,
And I think that your business is going to really take off, and you're really going to do
It's
some.
been an absolute pleasure.
Thank
I'm
you
so
so
happy
much.
Thank
that
you
we
Yes, it
so
has.
much for
Thank
coming
you.
coming on today. Again, this is Sheena Skelton.
Yes.
And so we are going to say goodbye for today for Inside the Artist's Mind, but please tune in again next time, and we will talk to you and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye for now. Bye for now.
Thank you for watching Inside the Artist's Mind. We hope you enjoyed the show. Tune in next week as we explore more about the artist's passions and inspirations.